I was debating for this video if I was going to do it visually or just like a voiceover type thing, and I've decided on voiceover mostly because of the fact that I look like crap at the minute and I just don't want to show that in a video that's kind of like talking about my, disability. So yeah, enjoy this, whatever visuals I've got on screen now, enjoy that. So yeah, first off, happy Autism Awareness Week. Hope everyone's having a great Autism Awareness Week. What is Autism Awareness Week? It's kind of self-explanatory. There's autism in the world and I'm here to tell you I've got it. Yeah, big shocker. The guy who makes cringy ass videos on the internet is on the spectrum. Like, big shock. Jokes aside though, if you've watched the majority of my videos or you've personally known me for a long period of time, kind of guess like, yeah, there is something about him. He just seems a bit off. Like, not off in a bad way, like he's a serial killer. No, he's a bit more awkward with things than the average guy. I'm gonna try and explain what autism is like for me in this video, but I feel like I'm not going to give a good rep to people who are actually advocating for this sort of thing. I will be leaving links in the description so you guys can check it out for yourselves if you want to learn more about this. It's not one set thing, there's a whole spectrum of it, and you know what, I don't I don't know that much about it. Like, I've lived with it most of my life, but I've never done that much research into it. I know like there's some of my friends who are like obsessed with the idea of autism and like all different types of autism. It's like Pokemon to them, gotta catch them all. But to me it's just like, yeah, I just have to live with it, really. When I was younger, I fucking hated it. I hate the fact that I can't easily, like, open up in a conversation or like talk in big groups like everyone else. Like, I hated the fact that I couldn't get on with big groups of people, and I see everybody else who could do it easily and say, why can't I be so smooth and like be so cool like everyone else? It's because I'm different, dickhead. The best way to describe mine is, like, if you walk past me on the street, you wouldn't give a second thought to think, hey, that guy is disabled. Because, like, I'm not visibly disabled. I could walk, I could, like, lift things and stuff like that. Like, you wouldn't notice it if you walk past us. But if you spent a bit more time with me, like, with my weird obsessions, like, with YouTube and Doctor Who and anything like that, you tend to notice it. Some people can actually bear me, and I fucking love those people. They are my friends. I don't think that's any of it. I think that's any friendship, really. I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that I'm disabled or not. It has taken a while to me to adapt, like, being a disabled adult, or just being a disabled person in general, because my whole life I've kind of been in denial about the fact that, well, not in denial, like, when I was growing up I didn't really think about it. I just thought I was like everybody else, but everyone else around me knew, hey, he's the disabled kid, be nice to him because he's disabled. A funny story, actually. This was in a lesson, I don't know what subject it was, but we got to watch a movie, and whenever we watch a movie, we didn't have to do that much work. We just had to make notes and just be like, oh, this happened in the film or something. And there was one movie where the teacher took me out and said, look, Daniel, oh, my phone's going off. Daniel, if you don't want to watch this film, it's absolutely fine. It's up to you. The choice is up to you. I was like, well, hell yeah, I want to watch this film. It's a film. I don't have to do work. I want to watch it. The film was Rain Man. Like, there's nothing wrong with the film Rain Man, it's whatever. People have gripes with it because, like, of representation or whatever. I don't give a shit. The film was good, from what I remember. At the end of the movie, we started talking about, like, what happened and stuff, as you do, ask questions of this and that. And some of my classmates were like, oh, Rain Man acted weirdly and stuff. And then my teacher, like, hindsight, it's like, well, this is pretty fucked. But, like, he just pointed out to me saying, like, you, Daniel, because you have autism. I'm like, oh. Like, at that point, I didn't really acknowledge it or didn't realize. It was like a kept secret from me and everyone else knew. But, yeah, like, he just pointed it out saying, like, and you've got that, Daniel. And it's like, oh, okay, hang on, wait a minute. So, if I'm like Rain Man, why am I not good at poker? Why can't I do all these amazing things? Because, like, at that point in high school, I didn't know there was a spectrum until, like, I went into college. And it was a course that dealt with people with, like, additional needs and stuff. So, like, I got to learn a bit more about my heritage of my people. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't joke. I got to learn a bit more about, like, people on the spectrum of that. I got to meet people who were more severe and less severe, and like it was just interesting because at first I was like, I'm really unsure about this, I don't think I belong here. But as the year went on in that first year of college, I was like, oh shit, I really gel with these people. And yeah, from education went into work. I'm grateful for the people that I've worked with, being patient with me and everything, because at first it takes us a while to adapt to new surroundings and settings and just getting used to things, really, more than the average person, which, you know, it's what it is. And through all those experiences, I got to talk to people who are cool and friends of mine to this day, and, you know, actually get myself out, you know, go out in social events, try social events. Like, some social events I fucking hate. I hate, like, some fucking social events, but sometimes I know I've actually got to turn up to some of these social events, like family events. Like, I know I've got to show me face to family events, even if it's like a big crowded room. I don't like big crowded rooms, it's just too noisy, too not me. But if it's for family or for friends, you know, put a brave face on it, be like, just, you know, hey, what up? But I would rather just be away from the noise and everything, really. Autism for me has been one of those things where it's like, well, this sucks. Like, this thing makes me feel more awkward than I should, more self-conscious, more overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed quite easily when things don't go a specific way. Not to the point where it's like I would freak out straight away, but I know if like something, for example, doesn't go right with a day, I know it will get fixed somehow, and if it doesn't, then it's like, I better do something about that. I know I'm giving general terms, but like, let's say for example, if something goes wrong at work, very much set on the idea of routine, I can accept the fact that, you know, things can change, and, you know, if it has to change, then, you know, let it be. It's just one of those things that, you know, you gotta live with. You just gotta get on with it. Like with most things in life, I don't think autism is like the only key trait about me. Like, I accept the fact that it is a part of me, and I think people who are going through a similar thing that I did for my teenage years, you know, don't be ashamed of it, you know? Like, you know, you're not alone. I went through it, and I'm sure you'll come out the other side as confident and as good looking as me, as I don't show my face in this video. I am very good looking. I'm a very good looking man. I keep telling myself that every day. I'm a good looking man. I do love the fact that we have a lot of things in place for disabled adults like me to get a chance to have a go at working, or like clubs and stuff like that. It just makes us feel more normal and not like outcast sort of thing. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be thinking like this, but I do. Like, it's always going to be there where I feel like a bit of an outcast, not in the way of like, oh, everyone's cooler than me, but like in the back of my mind, knowing that I wouldn't be able to get into a deep conversation with someone as easily as others. That kind of annoys me sometimes. But I'm much better than I was when I was younger, when I didn't actually talk to people and just kept to my own and played with my Thomas the Tank Engine trains, which, by the way, they are amazing. I don't care what people say, Thomas the Tank Engine was a shit. And I swear to God, like, every autistic person I meet was in the Thomas the Tank Engine, because it's amazing top tier content for autism. I don't think I'm one of those people who would say autism is like a superpower, or like gives me creative energy. It defines me as a person. I am proud to be this thing. I wouldn't go that far. I've accepted the fact I've got it. I'm not exactly proud, but like it is a part of me. It's just one of those things that you accept over time, in my opinion. But at the same time, if you're proud of like your disability, like, you go, girl or boy or whoever you are, you go do your thing. But yeah, this is probably going to be the only video on this subject. I won't be making like autistic updates or whatever. I'll go back to my regular cringe, but I just thought I would open up a bit how I view the world with my disability, since it's Autism Awareness Week. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. Again, I am just one of many people on the spectrum. I will be leaving links down below so you can do a bit more research if you want to. I'm just making you aware that people like us exist. Even though I don't make constant videos about it or post about it, I am one of those people. Yeah. Yeah, go autism. Oh, that's so cringe. Happy Autism Awareness Week, everybody. Okay, bye.